Located remotely in the heart of France, stands a resplendent 17th century castle graced by neo-Renaissance aesthetics. Through revolutions and passing eras, its walls still bear witness to the lives of multiple noble family generations. Its original castle lord, Francois, was a noble soldier, valorous and staunch. This castle, replete with servants and workers, was his kingdom. The echo of the battle once fought here during the 17th century religious wars between the Calvinists and Catholics still seems to resonate within the castle's corridors. Their unanticipated ambush during a moment of vulnerability while he was on the toilet led to a siege of 3 relentless days, ending in enemy triumph. Despite such vicissitudes, Francois' lineage flourished. His descendants, noble hunters with a penchant for intriguing taxidermy and priceless antiques, nurtured the castle. In such way, they meticulously curated a historical French interior, transforming it into an awe-inspiring time capsule. Due to this rich tapestry of history, the castle was declared a historical monument in the 19th century. Its last inhabitant, Olaf, a medal-bearing medical practitioner, found solace in its confines until the early 2000s. His demise marked the end of an era as the castle's maintenance proved exorbitant. Left abandoned, the castle now stands as a silent testament to its glorious past. Today, we will embark on an exploration of this historical landmark, eager to unveil its illustrious past. The place you are gonna see today is something out of this world. I'm completely speechless, and by the time you are watching me right now, I'm already inside for 5 hours. Might sound a little bit crazy, like what have you been doing inside for 5 hours? Well, making photos, making cool cinematic shots without the talking, and digging into the rich history of this dignified chateau that I will be showcasing to you today. This place, as I said, is otherworldly. It belongs in my top 3 of abandoned chateaus in France I've ever seen, and it actually dates back to the 17th century. It was built in the late 17th century, and the times of revolution and the times people have fought were happening in this place. And as global time has passed, several generations have lived inside of this castle. It is unbelievable to imagine what history and which historical events actually have occurred and happened in this chateau, but also around its lands and everything. And yeah, today we're gonna warp ourselves to a time era that is bygone by now, and I just cannot wait to show you this place. 5 hours in, I think 2 or 3 more hours to go on an incredible tour together. So yeah, enjoy watching another mind-blowing documentary. Alright, so I'm starting off this exploration on the first level. The building in total consists of 5 floors. It is massive, enormous. Currently I am actually in, I would call this the basement level. And yeah, I'm just gonna show you the rooms here. They are quite plain in general, but nevertheless it's cool to start off with showing you these rooms, so let's go. Okay, so I'm starting off in the left corner of this enormous building. As you can see, there is mostly storage on this floor. And it's funny because I was telling you I'm in the basement right now, but actually I'm not, because there is another staircase going down. I've not checked this one out yet. I'm quite excited, but I will do it. I really hope I will not crack through the stairs over here. Oh my gosh. What am I doing again? No, this is as far as I'm gonna go. It's way too unstable. But yeah, it's also not that interesting. I mean, I think it was mostly for power and electricity there. But anyway, there I'm back. At this other sort of basement floor. And it's cool to see that all the individual rooms had different purposes. Here's the corridor. We're gonna find plenty of rooms. You're gonna get a good image of how huge this property is, as I mentioned. And this over here was actually the room where they used to do their laundry and ironing of all their clothes. At least that's what I assume. A beautiful embroidered artwork here. And as you can see, there are so many towels and sheets. Probably all of them were cleaned, put on the shelves here, and afterward, nobody cared about it anymore. Never did anybody reclaim all the priceless items inside. You're not gonna believe what you're about to watch. Trust me when I say this is just a tiny start. We have a single sewing table over here. Sewing machine itself is gone. A modern and a more old-fashioned iron over here. And then we're going to the next room that also had a specific purpose. As you can see, we've got a lot of sinks. We've got a washing table. They definitely used to wash our clothes here as well. And maybe also do some dishes. We've got a huge boiler over here for the water supply. And we can still see some remnants of the paintwork on the wall. It's a very old-fashioned device that was used to dry clothes and fabrics. They would turn the wheel over here, squeeze the clothes through, and eventually water would be coming outside and would be collected in a reservoir down beneath it. Dang, look at this. Unbelievable. That still these items from its heyday are still roaming around inside. But then there's my favorite room on this level. It's a very old servant's kitchen. Still, we have all the copper pans hanging up here, and this was the place where dishes were prepared for the castle lords, for the wealthy, and probably also noble family that once resided here. We still got the scale with the weights over here as well. And then we have a large dining table, and that's where all the employees, thus the servants, are having their meals. And think about chef cooks, think about waiters, think about people that maintained the garden, think about people who did their financing. All these people are sitting in this kitchen on this dining table. And we still have an entire cooking book with recipes inside as well. Obviously written in French, but oh, so cool. Crabs with tomatoes. Those are definitely some desserts. Champagne, beef, bourgondic. So crazy. Apart from that, we have a huge vault over here, and it seems that they tried to take it out, but somehow they never managed to do it, or they never did it. Wow. Look at the very old ovens over here. They might be inside since the very first day the castle was built, and the first years it was inhabited by a very important family. And then look on top of here, we've got all those pots with spices, with tea. That one was used for flour, sugar, everything. Curious what's down beneath the foil here. As you can see, a lot of antique frames. Looks like they are planning or were willing to restore them and reclaim them. And over here we have a very old grandfather clock that is very close from collapsing. As you can see down beneath, the wood is rotting and slowly it's disintegrating. We got some telephones over here. And also have a look at all the multifold cobwebs. Nature has perfectly done its job over time, over all the decades of vacancy. But it was only nature that has touched this place. There are hardly any tracks of human vandalism. You're about to see it, and it's absolutely mind-boggling. I think the last residents that lived inside of this place before it became abandoned were of older age, had slight difficulties with walking maybe. As you can see the handle over here, before this tiny staircase going up. And it's continuing. And we are gonna make our way to the next level. And be amazed, guys. Be amazed. Wow. We've got some sketches over here. I think they're from the year 2002. Definitely shortly before abandonment. Well, we have a room here. Let's check it out. Alright, it's a beautiful cabinet over there with some interesting carvings. Looks like a figurine carved inside has lost its head. And then we have plenty of frames on the wall. And also a frame of the former castle. The castle in its former glory. But to respect this place, I'm not showing any exteriors or facades. Out of respect and protection of a very well-preserved historical landmark that you're exclusively gonna see today on this channel, together with me. Dang, look at that. Oh, I think this used to be the elevator for the food. As I told you, food was prepared in the basement by the servants, people working for them, and then eventually, yeah, definitely, the food would come up over here. Probably this was the area for the waiters, where they could also clean glasses and everything. And furthermore, it's a dead end, so I'm going back, and the food will be transported to the main areas in this chateau. But you've seen some quite plain or slightly messy parts right now. From this point, it is only getting better and better. Get a little toilet area over here. Wow, I just love that French sink. And then behind this door, we have the main hallway. Oh wow. So this is where the fun's gonna start. We have the majestic wooden staircase over here. Inside its carved wooden design we can see the typical symbol from France, the fleur-de-lis. And then when the people came inside of their home, they had this huge coat rack, which is wonderful. We can still see the initials of the family on the coat of arms that's carved on top. And we also can see some taxidermy. Let me tell you, this is some. We're about to find plenty of taxidermy. There are so many pieces inside. I think the most I've ever found in a single place. Wow. Look at this painting. A beautiful painted portrait of these two children. Looks so realistic. We also got some animal paws, hunting trophies, and look at this. I thought it was really funny because this is how the fire extinguishers look like back in this time era. I've never seen anything like this in this shape before. Nowadays they look totally different. Alright, got another family coat of arms over there, but I really do not want to reveal too much information about its approximate location. So a beautiful lamb over here. And let me tell you that we still have a lot to go after this floor. This is probably gonna be a 1.5 to 2 hour documentary, so yeah, grab some popcorn and be prepared for a time travel together. So off we go to one of the most spectacular rooms in the entire chateau. And there we are. Alright, I will firstly just slowly pan through everything because you probably do not even know where to look right now. And so was I when I walked in this room for the first time. Probably animal lovers hate to see this. Well, let me tell you, there's gonna be a lot of taxidermy in this castle. And back in those days, it actually was a sign of prestige. The former inhabitants were clearly involved in hunting. We can see a lot of deers, but also wild boars, reindeers, huge birds. Look at that. Unbelievable. And even the chandeliers are made out of antlers. Oh, and look at this. We even have a rifle over here. We even have a rifle over here. Dang. Those even look like wolves or anything. Definitely not a normal dog. Another one there and a fox. The bullet is still here on the table. Incredible, and I also am completely in awe with the furniture. High-end antiques. Clearly French, we can see the French style in it. The carved design, the stuffings on the sides and on the chair itself. A wonderful prayer's chair over here too. And look at these significant presence of white and black mold on the wall here. Dang, the natural decay is unbelievable. This hunting trophy is close to collapse and just level on the ground. Also have a look at this. We have the very unique wallpaper, but we also have this huge wood board. Absolutely insane. Wow. Look at the huge leather boot standing here. Thermometer is saying it's about 15 degrees inside. Well, you can imagine during the strong winters in France, humidity is just collecting inside, and eventually the mold just starts to grow. We have another antler lamp over here. Some upholstery chairs and another pair of boots. And look at this, it's beautiful copper. I also do not have to forget to mention this wonderful ceiling with the ornate details in the center. And it looks like there used to be 3 of these antler lamps. Also one over there, but I think it has fallen down. And eventually it was replaced somewhere else. My gosh. I really have never seen that much taxidermy in one room. Those are not even a dozen hunting trophies anymore, but nearly 100, maybe 200 even. It's unbelievable. We have another huge bird up top of there. Looks like one of those birds that actually gives birth to a child. But I don't know the English name for it. But yeah, it actually is. Wow. I've never seen one in real. We can also clearly see the wallpaper just peeling off, but also the concrete behind it just crumbling apart. It's so hard to believe that this dignified property is left in such a wasted state. And with wasted, I also mean this. It's all collapsing and disintegrating by its own. Luckily not by human vandalism, but although sadly enough, human nature is doing the job. There is no life inside anymore for a severe amount of time. We've got some plastic plants over here for people that might think or comment, how are the plants still alive? Yes, it happens sometimes. Also look at these old frames. French Revolution happened here, as I told you. I even read about the castle lord sitting on the toilet and people were warning him for attackers that were coming from another direction. There are so many stories about this castle on the internet. It was lovely to read, but I have to be discreet with what I tell. And I feel like I've already told a lot. But then, there are even more hunting trophies. They are scattered around on top of the table here. Dang. We have another room with again so much forgotten glory, ornate details, and majesty. Look at that wonderful lamp in the middle. Truly antique, and it must be so highly valuable. I don't know if you can see it properly, but there are even faces inside of its design. This is as close as I can come. This definitely used to be the main dining table one day. And it might be hard to imagine as there is so much taxidermy nowadays on the table. We still got so many upholstery chairs. This noble family was large in size, but they would also clearly invite a lot of guests, important visitors. I read on the internet too that there used to be very important meetings and historical events that actually took place inside the four walls where I'm in currently. Look how tall it is. It's unbelievable. Well, the curtains above the windows and the draperies, very French. We have a beautiful cupboard over here with some china platelets on it as well. 𝗦𝘁cie𝗿𝗆𝗶𝗆. Wow. Were those just statues? Or candle holders? It seems they were just statues. Iron statues with dogs. I really like it. You can also clearly see that the paint is peeling off there. The amount of taxidermy is countless. You can also clearly see all the debris and dirt that has fallen on the ground. Some more chinaware over here. And the marble fireplace with still some burning wood laying inside. Wow. We also got a beautiful tiny clock on top of it, with those columns, and also made out of marble blocks. That hunting trophy over there is clearly crumbling apart. I'm really wondering for how long the place has been abandoned for now, but it must be a long time. Beautiful teapots over here. If we start looking at the details in those carved cabinets, we can also clearly see animals again. This was probably the dog of the hunter. All the hunters, dogs are very essential for a hunter, because they start barking once they smell or hear animals. And then on that side you can see a wild boar eating grapes. Let's see if I can open it. Nope, that's locked. This one probably as well. Yep, they are locked. Dang, and on the shelves there, also everything is still present. So we've seen two unreal rooms together. But there is way more to point out. And another mesmerizing room is right in front of me. The piano room. Just look at it. Such grandeur with the curtains, the carvings, and this 𝗦𝘶cie piano from Paris resting in the center. Wow, oh wow. What a place, guys. This is an urban explorer's dream. It's the perfect combination of natural decay, museal pieces, and history that are just withering away inside. Unbelievable. Another fireplace again. Where all the sheet music, look, all the songs they would play in the piano, right over here. The 𝗦𝘁cie𝗿𝘆𝗶. Look over here, we have a beautiful photo of a woman made somewhere in a professional studio in Paris. Oh! And we have a photo on a wedding day of a couple that once lived there. This was one of the family generations. Wow. So much memories. It's so sad that those precious memories were never retrieved by any inheritance, sons or daughters. Wow. I just love this. But in the meantime, I hate it. It's just forgotten right over here. They definitely look like military nobility. As you can see, the man over here as well. They were clearly very important people in their time. And how important they were will promptly become even more obvious. I just firstly want to show you some other things that are left inside of this area before we go into the next. Got some playing cards, some very old papers. Les grands hommes de France. The big gentlemen of France. Well, I wouldn't be astonished if one of the past occupants was one of them. I'm not touching very much in this place because I really want to respect its well-preserved state of dust and spiderwebs during all the years of vacancy. This is one of the towers of the chateau. We have another wild boar head laying over here. And you can clearly see the signs of neglect. It's sad, but it's the truth. And then from the music room, we are continuing to their office and library room. Look at these tall glass doors. Wow. And then the red curtains contrasting with the white walls and ceiling. Tiny chandelier over there. A beautiful 𝗦𝘁cie𝗿𝘆𝗶, typical piece of French furniture. And of course another fireplace. As these rooms were so spacious, it was rather complicated to remain heat inside and keep them nice and warm. Some flowers, and look at this. We have a tiny bust of Marie Antoinette. That was the wife of Ludwig, that once was the emperor of France before Napoleon, when the French Revolution happened. So yeah, the former queen of France, Marie Antoinette. And then where I was already pointing at is, look at this. We got some sables and swords. Those are very old wartime relics, people. Museal pieces that are still hanging up here. Unbelievable. I mean, it's so tempting to take them with you and restore them, or find out about the original owner and tell them to restore it, but I always leave all these precious items where they belonged, because they are obviously not my possession. I'm not a burglar, I'm an explorer. And I just love to preserve the history and giving it the recognition it deserves by showing it to you and going on this adventure together. You can see over here is the entire bookshelf with so many books about history, but also about the theater. As you can see over here, it's unbelievable. Oh, what? Wait a second, this is fake. Huh? Okay, that was unexpected. I wanted to grab one book out. Those are no real books. They are the real books. That's crazy. But very wisely done. Those over here are some real books that were back company. Everything. But flowers. Wow. That's crazy. I was definitely not expecting that. And many more books over here. Wow. These vaulted doors. I just love them. Where's the same story, as you can see. It's quite hard to do this with one hand, but you definitely need two hands. As you can see, lift it up, and there are some documents. Some tools and appliances here. And right over here was their main desk with still 2 type machines, typewriters. One from Underwood I've seen many times before, and one from Royal. This one looks rather exclusive and rare compared to the Underwood, which is also still a beautiful piece, but in bad condition though, and that's the sad part. What else do we have? We have some binoculars over here. Flammarion is the brand name. Also still the old ink pots over here, where the ink pot used to go inside. Got a tiny loop for the letters. Tiny clock. Over there, all the telephone numbers of business contacts, I assume. Still everything is inside the vase. Those ones are empty. Oh, look at this. We have an entire collection of records in this book. They were records for a gramophone. Although I have not found a gramophone yet. All of them are still inside, where they used to belong. Oh, and we have a calendar from 1910. Oh, that's a very long time ago. Probably nobody that is watching this video was born in 1910. And most people that were born in this year are already departed this earth. Mister, please give me an indication of the date when we get paid with our salaries and your exploitation to apply in our insanity or something. I'm waiting for your reply and disposition, Olaf. Alright. Interesting to see some old letters too. Well, they were definitely doing good business, maybe also in wine production, like many landlords of these castles and chateaus. Oh, look over here. Wow. Look at this medallion. This is actually a Medal of Honor for a medic. It was given in 1985 in Paris. Yep, a Medallion of Honor for the Red Cross. It's standing right above it at the frame, which I'm not gonna show to protect this place. But I do think that one of the last occupants of this chateau was involved in the medical world. And back in this time period, a doctor was still a very prestigious job and something the usual common families could not afford, and they were not destined to study it. Now what I lastly want to show on this floor are these very old photos over here. I especially love this one of one of the family members that once lived there. Alright, to give you an orientation of where I am, I'm again in the room with all the taxidermy, the main room, because you might also lose your directions inside this place. As you can see over here, we have a tiny room area with some upholstery chairs and a staircase. Now that staircase is going to the basement that we've already been to. That one's going upstairs, but of course, I'm not taking the wooden staircase. At least not the little one. No, I'm taking the grand staircase. Eventually they are leading to the same floor, so what's the big deal? Wow. Alright. Time to go to the next floor. I feel like a king walking on such a beautiful red carpet. I just look around me right now. And if you thought it was everything for the taxidermy, it's not. It's even continuing over here with all the hunting trophies. Wow, oh wow. with the massive wooden banisters as well. As you can see, there is the next floor. But firstly, this one. And over here we have a wonderful piece of furniture. This very comfortable stuffed sofa. Not typical French this time, no. Typical Spanish or Portuguese, like Southern European style. The sofa. Where we have a caricature of somebody. Doesn't seem those are doors I can open. Such grandeur in this place. I still cannot really believe that I'm walking here and I'm exploring it. Having the entire place for myself. Also look at the paintwork up top. Well, we're just gonna walk inside the first room. We're gonna find many bedrooms on this floor. Like you probably already expected. Wow. Look at this. It's very evident that these people were Roman Catholics. An important belief in this time era. And still an important belief, especially in the smaller towns in France. Look at the Oriental Buddha statue over there. Green. A quite unusual color for it. Over here we have Jesus Christ in this frame. And a priest. I think this used to be a receptacle for holy water. Over here is a suitcase that is still entirely filled with clothes. Like they went on holiday, came back, but never unpacked all their clothes and put it back in the wardrobes and cleaned it. Or they were planning to leave and they left in a rush. Oh wow. This photo is inside the actual castle. At the main door, a woman is standing there with a bouquet of flowers. Wow. That is so beautiful. I can really imagine the life that has once passed there. And for the bedroom, got an ink ladder here. And also still the ink pot, as in the other room too. Oh, look at this. I think this is Jesus in his younger days. Beautiful religious statue, which is very heavy too. And as for the untouched state, the wardrobes are also still containing all the clothes of the former owners. And those are children clothes, so I guess that this right away was a room where the children slept. But then the next room is probably my favorite bedroom throughout the entire chateau. Have a look at this. Wow. All the purple curtains. This was probably the bedroom of the wife. We can even see a Victorian makeup table over there with the vanity. Everything is dedicated to the color purple here. The first time I see it, but absolutely unique. The majestic curtains above the headboard too. And on top of here, this was a box for jewelry. Still have a bottle opener inside nowadays. For a cork. No way. This is a medical book. Dating from 1902. Oh my. And it's about everything concerning a medical topic. Look at this. Wow, we got the denture. But also animals and plants. Microscopy. Osteoporosis, everything is inside, the bones. It's an entire encyclopedia of the medical world. That's so cool, especially as a medicine student myself. A question I often get though is, Moreno, you are studying medicine. How on earth do you have so much time for exploring? That's because I already have my bachelor degree, and currently I actually took a year off my study to just spend my other greatest passion, which is exploring. I just opened, at the time of talking, another beautiful secretary desk. Over here we have a picture of a woman sitting in a chair or something, yeah. She's smiling. Wouldn't be surprised if this is also in the actual castle. Holy water used to be inside of here. What's behind this door? Oh, there is another room. Wait a second. I have missed out on this. I just spotted it now. Okay, I have to replace the chair in order to get there. I will put it back afterward, of course. Let's check it out. Oh, dang. Well, the reason they probably closed is because it's in terrible condition. Up to the floor. It's so weak. Hell no, I ain't walking here, but this was an attached bathroom to this bedroom. Alright, I put the chair back in. This is the Victorian vanity I was talking about. Just imagine the lady sitting here doing her makeup each and every morning. Normally, the shutters would have been opened when it was once fitted, and she was just staring to the meadow and the beautiful countryside and land surrounding this place. A pink blanket. Wow. Gorgeous. It's so fairy-like, this room. Like it's a princess room. Absolutely in awe with this one. I'm gonna say goodbye. I'm gonna head over to the next rooms. Off we go. As As you can see, there are still plenty of documents. Over here we have an old paper from 1943. On top of there are mostly pocket Bibles. Well, over here we can actually go to another bedroom. But firstly I want to show you this. We still got all those coats and gentle suits hanging up. We even got these very majestic hats that were once from the military nobility, worn by them. Plenty of hats here, by the way. And over there are many more hat holders too. Oh my gosh. That is a huge grooming kit inside the suitcase. The biggest one I've seen ever. We even have a vault over here. Obviously closed. Dang. As I told you, we got a Medal of Honor from the Red Cross, and look over here. This is the emblem of the Red Cross of France. The French Red Cross, so yeah, definitely a medical paramedic. One of the last owners. This man was doing a great job. He was doing good things for society. Oh, you can really see the bugs and everything inside this fur coat. I just saw bugs crawling. Yikes. Alright. Let's leave that there, but yeah, the point I was trying to make. A person that did good things for society, and currently his former home is just left in a state of neglect. That's the evidence that once we depart this earth, our former glory is just left to our relatives and friends to take care of, or family, or relatives. And if nobody takes care of it, it will eventually end up like this. Just worthless. And it's the reason that, because of that, we need to stop being materialistic. Wow. So cool, all these tiny towers leading to different things. And this room even had its own private balcony, as you can see. Another toilet there. You can barely see the beds anymore, but this used to be a child bed. And that over there was another bed, but there are so many items and stuff just thrown on top of it. Apart from the toilets, there was also a bathroom. That's a lot of storage inside of those boxes. But one thing for sure, they still have a lot to go. This is only a raw 5% of everything that is just waiting to be saved and retrieved by any legal owners. As you can see, we have a little camp here, by the way, to show you a little bit of the behind the scenes process. With the camera back, a jacket when I get cold. Oh. And that's the tripod. I luckily saved it with my food, but yeah, this is where we have standing all our stuff while filming. Look at the ground here. So many bullets. And we're in this box too. Okay, this is a little bit of the central point. To give you an orientation again, we just did this side. That is where the staircase is. We walked around. I came out right over here. Currently, I'm continuing my way to the next rooms. It's sad to see some things smashed, but I guess they have just fallen down from the wall where they used to hang up. Well, this was the bathroom I've just shown. Right next door, we have another grand bedroom again. Have a look. What a beauty. Wow. Wow, oh wow. I just can't get my mind straight about the fact that there were still so much valuable items and personal possessions inside of here. Because it's clear to everybody that this place is really abandoned. Have a look. Unbelievably sad. It's entirely collapsed there. The door is out. The bricks of the columns are still laying here. Over here we have another bathroom. That was definitely the private bathroom for the people that slept here. Got some frames over here as well. That definitely looks like the servant kitchen. As you can see over here, we have a gun and it's saying loaded. So yeah, I think nobody ever dared to venture away inside this property when it was still active. Of course, to keep all the thieves and criminals out back in the days with arms. So I'm back at the central point again. And we have one last bedroom to show you. As for the downstairs, here is that other less big staircase that's also leading up to the next floor. Got the heaters here. Plenty of historic frames again. Oh, this was a diploma for race championships with dogs. Was probably done with the dogs they used to hunt with. Also given in Paris, this diploma in 1882. And then I just enter another incredible room. Oh, so enchanting. Got another head holder, and as you can see, we still have a woman's head that's just laying inside. It's possible that this was once a woman's head that was worn to funerals or other occasions. Look at the ground. Got a picture of an older woman. She looks like she's a judge or something. There's another picture. This could honestly be the same woman, but then in her younger days. Dang, look how the boots are even still standing here in front of the beds. Wow, and this desk with the head still hanging here. Normally I would say this is staged, this is a setup. But I just know that I'm only the second explorer inside of this place. So I know for sure this is just all the original state in which the owner left. And that makes it even more fascinating to roam through everything. Alright, this is about a factory. So maybe they used to be factory owners as well. Yep. A foundation. This was in 1916. That's maybe also how one of the last families and generations earned their cost. Now what's this device with those tubes? Over here we have something to measure. I really want to know what this was used for. I'm zooming in, holding the shot, stack it for a second. If anybody has a clue, I would love to hear from you in the comment section. This looks like a very old device, but for what? I unfortunately cannot answer that. Even more books over here. I'm wondering what used to be inside of this box, as it's empty now. But I love the cover. Over here we have another picture of the woman riding on a horse. And attached another tiny bedding area. So we are continuing to another floor that's right above us. Look over there, this wonderful lamp with the stained glass and the electric candle lights. But then, if you have a proper look at the staircase right now, I'm holding the camera straight, it's slightly skewed. Definitely not stable anymore. I hope it will not collapse any soon. Now the coolest thing is that this place is untouched for years. We are one of the very first people to walk here. As you can see, there are so many strings of cobwebs, so no footsteps have been here for decades. It's unbelievable. This entirely remained stagnant in time. Over there is just a spider chilling that's still alive. A fairly big one too. Unbelievable. And then just looking at this perspective is absolutely magical. Wow. Look at the huge line that's attached to the lamp. It's so long. Over here we have a portrait of one of the family members and ancestors of the huge noble family tree. Just have a look at the severe state of disrepair and the wallpaper just peeling off. Plenty of other historic frames on the wall. And there we are. One of the last floors where they actually used to live before going to the attic areas. I really do not know where to start. I'm just starting off over here. As you can see, some posters got another bedroom. It's interesting to see that back in these days, they used to stuff their mattresses with hay or straw. Another vanity here and a desk. Imagine the person maybe sitting here doing some work, overviewing the beautiful meadow over here. Wow. Would there still be something inside the wardrobe? The answer is yes, but not much. No clothes at least. Oh no, I'm not walking here anymore. The foundation of the ground is just gone. I'll just stand here, show it to you, but it's not much anyway. There are literally holes right over here. What's this room? What's all this white? I mean, that's odd. What? Wait a second. If this is really what I think it is... Okay, I'm just continuing, checking it out. I'm curious. No freaking way. Oh my, this is the entire wallpaper and concrete layer of the ceiling that has just come down. It's dividing this room in two parts, a little corridor and the actual bedroom. But no freaking way. This is the most satisfying and captivating decay that my eyes have ever witnessed and captured. What the heck? This is making me speechless for a while, to be honest. I mean, obviously it's tragic, it's sad, but it's also sometimes extremely captivating to see what Mother Nature can do. What an unbelievably interesting room. Just lovely. Wow. Chai's long over there is entirely covered within the crumbled parts of the collapse. Just seeing all the cobwebs that have been here for years clearly tells you it's untouched by any human, but inhabited and overtaken by insects and animals now. Okay, so I'm walking in this wallpaper corridor on my way to the next bedroom. Have a look at this one. Wow. It's just continuing and continuing. It's not stopping, guys. Look at the throne chair with the upholstery design. Look at this wonderful chandelier that's probably fallen down from the ceiling over here. The carved wooden bed. As I say, it's not stopping. Mirrors. Highly valuable antiques. Pieces of museal value. The clock over here. Wow. Okay, I'm not sure if this is gonna work, but this is so extremely tempting right now. I have to do this. I have to do this. Wow. Private balcony of this castle. There standing. One of the best days in my entire exploring life. Let's go back inside. so windy. I'm obviously closing this off again to prevent any rainwater or wind from coming in and animals from getting stuck inside. Okay, I closed it off again, but I've got a problem. I'm almost out of storage on my memory card, so I'm gonna do a quick walkthrough. Right over here, not a very interesting room. Besides that, we've seen the most interesting rooms already. Over here we have a network leading to the attic. We've got just a plain bedroom over here with a beautiful mirror. And those are just some, plain rooms as well, but not very spectacular. So last up is the attic. I'm so sorry for rushing because I hate to rush, as you might know. I really do not know what this device was for, but if anybody knows, feel free to leave it down below. I love this. We've got so many covers of magazines hanging up here. It's almost becoming their wallpaper on this attic floor. Well, we have a fire hose still present here. We have a lot of directions to go, but as you can see over here, there are plenty of suit and travel cases. Some other storage and maybe also a tiny workshop, I don't know. But mostly storage. And that's where we conclude our tour of a magnificent historical landmark in French lands. Now, if you did enjoy this video, all left for you to do is hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel right down below, and leave a nice comment down below in the comment section as well. And then Raymond and I will see you with a new exploration next week. Peace out.